At disadvantage for you.
disadvantage for me.
Yep.
And then
Sarah,
that's all I got.
Arteme, if she manages to get back up, will have similar lingering injuries from. Hers was not a head wound so much as being bled out by Masetsu in one of his snake forms there.
Oh, that's
She
right.
has one failed death save already, right?
She exactly. Yep.
Mhm.
So where the notes are,
Uh,
Arteme is currently unconscious with one failed death save and had just stood up from being unconscious previously. Like
yeah, and
she's in really
she
rough shape.
only has one failed death save. Glass half full, guys.
Well, right now it's about a third empty. It's about one third full, I guess maybe. But because 1 out of 3. But anyways, Masetsu shifted into a third form, which appears much more dangerous. Mechanically, I'm going to tell you that his damage output is significantly higher than it was in earlier forms. The room is collapsing. The pit area where Norok is still standing, that is filling rapidly with sand and becoming difficult terrain. Basically, you can count the whole thing as difficult terrain for now. Masetsu is currently blinded, so he can't see, with his eyes anyway, but he has other senses as well, of course, just like anyone else. But he is no longer slowed. That effect ended earlier. There are 3 of the Tegeron archers. Oh, I forgot to turn that music back on. Sorry. 3 of the Tegeron archers. They're still charmed by Pogo's mass suggestion from earlier. Turn that down a little bit.
That's right. I forgot we unionized.
Yep. Yeah, you got some of the proletariat to help out.
Yeah, good. Fuck the bourgeois.
The top left archer is the one that's still free firing, so he is the one that's currently down. Reminder for the environment itself, twice per round there are environmental effects that may go off, one of which is that the Tegara that are currently incapacitated will just stand back up again. There are 2 surrounding Norok currently that are both down, but they will be standing back up when their turn comes around here. That is where we left off. Let's see, it is Sarah's turn.
Oh God. Okay. Fuck, what do I have? Right. We're going to save that. So I'm going to use my bonus action to shadow step over here.
Okay.
So I can get away from him.
All right. That is
And
filling with sand too, by the way.
Great.
So you're standing at the edge of difficult terrain right now, or you're 10 feet in, actually.
Okay, well then maybe I would have Okay, maybe... Is also up here filling with sand? Oh shit, that's a wall.
So wherever you see the kind of brown dust clouds, that's where it's filling with sand.
And I would...
Yeah, right there. Yeah, that's not difficult terrain. You're good there.
Okay.
Speaking of, though, are you... Hang on. Obviously, it's been a while. Who is on the broom? Arteme is incapacitated. She's not actively using it currently, of course.
Sarah was on the broom.
I think I had it.
Okay. So in that case, the difficult terrain wouldn't be affecting you anyway. You'd be flying above it. There's 15 feet between the floor and the ceiling where you are.
Let's do... Well, I don't want him to heal, so we will use... Where did it go? Chill... I think it's Chill Touch. Yeah. So, we will Chill Touch.
All right.
Okay.
19 will hit. Go and roll damage.
Alright.
Alright, 21. Alright, that was bonus action, and I guess, the Shadow Step isn't movement, but that's bonus action. Alright, that is applied. Bring us to Norok's turn.
Okay. And both of the Tegaros around me are currently immobile, right?
Yep, they are smashed to bits on the ground. Yep.
Okay. There it goes. Okay.
Why are you still on that page? There it goes.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Sorry, my thing was kind of just lagging there. All right, I'm going to go up these stairs if I can move. Come on. There we go. go. That is melee range, right?
You need one more.
One more? Okay.
Yep. But you entering his aura is... let's see. Not that one. There we go. 10 feet of Mosquito, DC 20 Constitution save or be blind until the end of the creature's next turn. That still has the forward DC, though. Roll that, Holmes. DC 20. Well, that's bad news. You are blinded until your next turn. So blinded just means disadvantage on your swings. You can still swing at him.
You guys play that somewhere. Okay.
Well, Holmes?
Sorry, I was talking to Doug's.
Oh.
Alrighty.
Until the end of your next turn, so this turn and your next.
Okay.
No.
There's like
That's
rocks
right.
and shit all over the place, right?
Yeah, ceiling collapsing, yeah, dust falling everywhere. You actually have a big a big region that's on fire to the south of you, Pogo. Filling that
Okay.
area with smoke as well.
I'm going to Great Weapon, and then I'm going to use Reckless Attack so I can get advantage, which would...
Okay,
No,
go flat roll.
Flat, technically. Sorry, so take whatever that should have been a flat.
The first one was a
Reroll that.
7. Well, that was rolling with advantage, so flat roll, 7 plus 11 is still an 18, it misses.
Okay.
It would have missed actually even more, because that didn't take the -5 off for a great weapon, so...
Try again.
Uh, 14 also misses.
Alright, and I'll do my last one for my bonus.
Okay.
As a frenzy. You guys
Nope.
play that?
20 well hit.
Okay.
Ooh, nice. Good roll, too. All right, so 17. All right, swinging wildly through the stinging sand, blowing into your eyes. You do finally make contact on your third. You can't really tell, what kind of damage it might have done because you can't really see the source of the wound, but there is a splatter of some long decaying viscera. That was just actions. Any bonus actions, Holmes? And you still have, I think, 10 feet of movement as well if you needed to. Actually, you had to be one more in, so I'm going to move you up one more.
Nope, actually, I think I'm good.
All right. When you click yourself, do you just see it all gray?
That's
Just
all
see
I see.
yourself and everything's gray?
I barely kind of see myself, and then everything else is kind of grayed out. Like, I can see it a little bit, but it's
Yeah.
like very grayed out, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool effect, but it does make it a lot harder to play if you're actually looking for anything there. I mean, it makes sense for it being blinded, but... All right, Pogo's turn.
All right, being very, very bloodied and fucked up with 3 spell slots left, he's going to pull out his little ace and he's going to say, "It's time to get absolutely crazy." And he's going to go ahead and polymorph himself into a giant ape.
All right.
And
Let's
I've
see
been
if I have a
saving,
creature
holding
for
on
it.
to that fucking thing.
Have you? All right, let me see if I got
Um,
a thing for it. I think I do, because you
Sure.
guys had a giant ape before.
Yeah, in the meantime, one of the things he can do, he can either 2 attacks with his fist, or he can do a ranged weapon rock attack. That's 50 feet or 100 feet. Would I be able to pick up the container on the corner here to use as a rock, or would I have to get something bigger?
Oh, okay. The question being, the container size-wise isn't large enough to be accurate, but we can go ahead and use one anyways. I'll just clone it, and I'll change the size to be size appropriate.
All right. Looks like that didn't bring over my stuff for some reason.
Double click your character sheet now. I'm gonna have to change the token still, but do you not see it?
I can double click the
Copy that.
Pogo Giant Ape, but my hit points and My hit points haven't changed, but my strength and other stuff did. So some stuff changed, but my hit points didn't.
Okay, well, give me 1 second. I'll fix that anyways. I'll just
I can adjust it too if you want. Looks like they're 157.
yeah.
according to
Okay,
D&D.
just save. Yeah, then just copy your write down what your old ones were.
Yeah. 9 out of 111. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and adjust that.
Use that for your boulder there.
Oh,
Give you a token.
temporary maximum 157. All right, that's good enough. I just used the temporary hit points. That seems to work fine. All right. Okay. So I'm going to maybe scoop that up with a boulder to throw,
Okay.
whatever that happens to be, and then I'm going to. All it has is multi-attack on here, but no actual attacks. It's okay. Oh, here it is. Found it.
Any preference on color?
No.
Alright.
All right. This is going to be a attack roll. 17 hit.
Well, who were you throwing it?
Oh, I'm attacking at Misetsu. Yeah.
Does not hit. No.
Damn. Would I be so? Would that container still be shattered though, since I did throw it across the thing?
Well, hang on. You were okay, but you were looking for a boulder, not the actual container.
Well, I was gonna just pick it up with a boulder or just the container. I was just gonna, however that worked out.
Well, I mean, okay. I mean, if you were trying to throw it alongside a boulder, it would probably fall off and shatter along the way. Just shatter into the middle. I could say that, that the item itself is destroyed. The boulder, intact still.
So I can't. That's my only action attack. Okay. I am going to go and. I'm going to go ahead and run and see. Let's see what my skills are. Go to just jump as. How high is the sand in here?
Not high enough to run across, but it's probably
not high enough
halfway up, like 6-7 feet. Yeah.
So I wouldn't take. I'd only take like maybe a little bit of damage, if that, by jumping into it.
No damage by jumping into it as a giant.
Right, no. I'm just going to run and jump as far as I can towards that pit.
What's the movement on the giant ape?
It's 40 feet movement and 40 feet climbing, so you can climb without an issue.
But it's difficult terrain, so
yeah.
I mean, you could make it to about halfway across the pit there.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, and then I'll be halfway across the pit and enjoying this nice bath of sand.
Just what apes love.
Feels warm in between my giant toes, which I can also use as fingers. And that is
it is a giant ape, so you don't have the prehensile tail this time.
Yeah.
All right, it is Nazim's turn. What you doing, Taco? You are down in the bottom left over here if you're looking for yourself.
Also, if anyone's curious, I had 9 hit points, and I don't really have a lot of healing spells, so...
Mute this whole time. I've already pre-targeted Khan, and I'm going to just move 1 to the right here.
Okay.
And I'm going to fire right over Norok's shoulder.
Okay.
With my back pressed up against the wall right here.
All right.
Staying out of the way. And I will cast full Eldritch Blast on him with everything.
Okay.
Normal. 1, 2.
Oh, so many spell slot things to scroll through.
3, 4.
Looks like 3 hit.
3 hit.
Can roll damage for 3.
1, 2, 3.
All right, so 18, 28. All right, good amount of damage into him.
All right, that's
All right, as Nazim's turn ends, you're not moving or any bonus actions in, Sako?
Not right now, nope.
Okay. Then as you finish sending these bolts into him, he is going to spin in your direction, and Norok, Not again, he can't see, but he can feel the directions that these attacks are coming from. He is going to stand almost still, almost calm for a moment, and lifting these kind of long snake-like appendages up towards the ceiling, nearly scratching it. He's quite large. He is going to begin chanting in a language that none of you understand, and a darkness begins to emanate out from him. Everyone within a 60-foot radius. Let's see. How
Come
far that's gonna
on,
be.
not intelligence save.
Oh, ooh. Well, you were not in it previously, but now as a giant ape, you are currently in it.
Yeah.
I think that means everyone is.
Oh no, it's the apocalypse.
Ape apocalypse. Did you look up ape puns to go with?
Yes, I did. I had some time.
That was great.
Come on, giving me a hard time right now.
You don't have anything for hard time?
I said given me a hard time.
Given. Okay, I didn't hear the given part. Okay.
Yeah, there's some
I think
other
given's
monkey
technically a
puns in
monkey.
here
I was gonna
too.
say it's a monkey, right? Not an ape. So, all right. This emanating darkness surrounding him continues to grow and grow until it has covered quite a large space surrounding him. Everyone inside of it, which is everybody. But Serrana's down, by the way. I skipped her, but she's it's 0 hit points. That is Arteme, Sarah, Nazim, Norok, and Pogo as an ape. Yeah, everybody is inside of it. It is a DC 20 Wisdom save. Oh, got a reroll there. That's good. No, Sarah still failed even with a 17.
Yep, because it's wisdom.
Hey, natural 20. All right, so Pogo, that should have failed, but because it's a natural 20, we'll go ahead and go with a success. I mean, it would have. It was natural 20, but it was the D4 minus from that, but still natural 20. So, all right, so Pogo succeeds, and everyone else. That's
Norok.
Everybody. Oh, sorry, Norok succeeds. Okay, all right. So I think it's half as much on anyways, but. Dark vision can't see through this darkness. Non-magical light, as well as light created by the spell of 8th level or lower, can't illuminate the area. Shrieks, gibbering, and mad laughter can be heard within the sphere. Whenever a creature starts its turn in the sphere, it must make a wisdom saving throw, taking 8d8 psychic damage on a failed save, or half as much on a success. Also, of course, when it's cast as well. So 8d8. And this is psychic damage. I don't think anyone's immune to that or resistant. So 34
Let me
damage
see.
to
Let me
everyone.
check giant ape
Exactly.
to see if it's immune.
Yeah, exactly. So 34 damage to everyone. Actually, Arteme. Sorry, I had you make a save, Arteme, but it's psychic damage. The gibbering isn't gonna matter when you're unconscious. So Arteme is not affected by it. I shouldn't have had you make a roll since it won't affect you when you're asleep anyway or unconscious. Norok, you take half, so that'd be 17 for you, 34 for everyone else.
And for me too, half. 17.
Oh yeah, sorry, you succeeded. Yes, yep.
Oop, wait, there's 2.
It looks like you changed all your skills.
It's because it thinks I'm still trying to hold concentration on this, but I'm as an ape, so
Yeah.
it's okay. Ignore.
All right. And everyone that is in it is.
Actually, wait. It's been so long since I cast this. If I'm a giant ape, do I have to roll a save to hold giant ape if I take damage as the giant ape?
No, that's your shaping thing is not a spell. It's
it's
Shaper of Flesh or something like that. It was a class ability,
Sculptor
class
of
feature.
Flesh. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
There you go. Darkness around corners of dark vision. I think you're all blinded is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Spreads around corners. Yeah, it's basically okay. So you don't have the effect of blindness, but you can't see, which means that you still have disadvantage on attacks and things like that. Anyways.
I'll be right back. The
right,
chat ERV isn't turning on for some reason. It says a script error, syntax error.
Okay. Yeah, all right, so, and no light. Basically, dark vision doesn't work, and light doesn't, unless it's 8th level or above, won't work. All right, so with that done, he is then going to blindly lash out at Norok, because he knows that Norok is near him after having just hit him, rather. Where's his Grey Glaive? Oh, duh, I forgot he's changed. In that case... Exsanguinating Claws. Really, is it not going to work? Yeah, update broke some things again. And I specifically didn't apply the newest version, but this version still didn't work. All right. Where can I do that? I guess I could just roll it manually. That's +6. With disadvantage, so I'll just roll that. I'll just roll 2d20 and I'll take the lesser. And +6, +5, so +11 total. Rolled 2 20s.
Ooh,
I mean, that
No,
really doesn't
this-
happen.
fuck.
Well, so it rolled 2 20s with disadvantage. So that doesn't happen very frequently. So that means it definitely hits, and that's a crit.
Wait,
What-
wait. Let me
what are
see
you
if I
doing?
need to see this guy.
Yeah, let's see if you can, because it might be like, I mean, it's already going to be a big hit for Norok. So I mean, he's, of all of you guys, he's the only one that still has a good chunk of hit. Well, no, he doesn't have a lot of hit points either, actually.
Okay, so this is weird. So it says you magically distract the triggering creature, and its turn is momentarily uncertain. It's encouragement for another creature, but it says I have to see the target that I'm giving the advantage to. So
You can't see anything in it. Yeah, you can't see
I'm
Norok
assuming
or the
the
creature.
C would also include the creature that's.
Go ahead and click it. Let me read it just in case. But I mean, if it requires you to see anything right now, you can't see anyone that would be beneficial for.
Fun
It doesn't
sound.
say I have to see the other creature, just the one I'm giving advantage to.
But you can't see either one of them, is what I'm saying. You can't see Norok either. So choose a different creature you can see within range. That is, I see what you're getting at. Let me see. I mean, I'm leaning towards the side of I don't think so, because if it's requiring sight for either of them, then it should be for both. But let me see. Does silver
What I would assume, but I thought I'd ask.
require sight to target? This is part of the reason Silvery Barbs is like banned at most tables. Like most DMs don't let people use it.
This is a great spell.
It's like, I mean, it came in one of the later books and it was pretty overpowered anyways, but especially for being so low level.
Oof, I'm out of chrono
Let's
shit.
see. Require sight.
Hey, on the bright side, maybe
It does
this
require line of sight.
campaign will be over earlier than we anticipated.
Right?
Thinking so.
Yeah, quick DPK.
Listen, we're
So-
not the only adventurers of the realm. Someone else will pick up the slack, man.
Yeah, some other party will show
Yeah.
up and
We're
and
like
handle it.
SEAL Team 6, but it goes up to like 20. It's fine.
Just send in SEAL Team 7 and then SEAL Team 8 and
Yeah.
so on, right? It does require sight, Becky.
But I have nothing. Sorry.
All right. So a crit on Ben then. Now he's still raging, so it's still half damage, but it is 60-12. 60-12 plus 12. There we go. 43 and a half, Holmes. I think you're still okay. Yeah, you're still okay. Do you want Ben? I can apply that for you if you need.
Yeah, thanks.
Apply half damage. There you go.
I always
It was
forget
21.
that Ben's playing on a TI-84 graphing calculator.
Well, so both of them are playing on a Steam Deck, but they plugged them into monitor and keyboard and mouse and everything,
Yeah.
so using it like a PC. Well, you know what? I'll save that. In the event that things get even more disastrous, you still have an ace up your sleeves that you guys have forgotten all about, but it is technically there if you need it.
The Wish, Minor
I
Wish.
didn't say that. I didn't say that. So you guys have forgotten about it for a while, and it may have been in the bag for a while. The specific details of which may be revealed soon, depending on your choices here. All right. The room continuing to shake. Let me look at that. I think that may be at the end. Let me see. We may have gone through every phase of that we needed to. Where is it at? Well, the room continuing to shake doesn't really matter at this point, especially with sand pouring in. All right. So no effect or no changes there to worry about. Arteme, you are coming up here in just a minute. One of the Teguras is up. It is one of the charmed ones, so they are going to take their shot. with 3. With disadvantage. Firing into the dark. That will not hit. Oh, it does hit. Never mind, 30. All right. Doing damage.
Yeah, by the way, if anyone, you can look up Minor Wish can do some cool stuff, but basically mimic any like level 9 spell, I think.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
how I described it to you guys initially too. Is that if you guys choose to use it, I mean your options are a little bit limited. It isn't the same, so it's lesser wish technically. Which the general thing is you can't do everything, like you can't do anything random, but you can basically mimic any other spell is the effect. All right, so that is still a decent chunk of damage that they all fire into these these giant javelin-size arrows into the con. You don't see him react, but there is a visceral, angry response. Bringing us to Artemis' turn. So, Fox, you are still currently unconscious. No one has managed to get you any healing yet. You are in the gibbering darkness, but being unconscious, you're not aware of it, so you don't need to roll or anything like that. Speaking of... No, he casted that after. Yeah, you have to roll a death save. Nazim was in it, but that came after. So, yeah, just a death save, Fox.
Yeah. Oh, it looked
All right.
so good for a second there.
Yeah, Fox is a little, distracted right now, just with headaches and stuff too. So, the being, I don't know, not being able to roll well is going to be.
Don't worry, guys.
Penalty.
Luckily, one of us has a resurrection spell. He's just covered in fur right now.
And probably wouldn't know how to cast it at 8 form. That means 2 failed death saves for Artemis, everyone. Any damage that she takes would be death for Artemis. So,
kind of death. Sort of.
Kind of death?
I mean, I can bring her back. We got diamonds.
All right. If you're counting on that, sure. All right.
I'm just saying it's an option.
All right. That brings us to the Con's turn. He is, let's see. He is quite angry and going to... he is going to use a legendary action to remove the chill touch effect from himself. Or, legendary resistance, not action. I counted the wrong one off. Let me fix that. To end the effect of chill touch on himself. And is going to... Oh, hang on. I didn't heal... actually, okay, never mind. When he hit Norok earlier, he would have been able to heal from that, but the effect was still on him, so he did not get the heal from Exsanguinating Claws. He would have gotten healing, from having hit Norok, but the chill touch was still on him at that time. So he didn't get that healing, which is good for you guys. Which one is he going to use here now? So my new pup, everybody, you get well. We talked about this briefly in chat earlier, but my new pup Wally is got him from a friend of mine, and she had a litter of 5 puppies, and Iggy, Ben and Becky got a new puppy that is the brother of. Iggy is the sister of my boy. It's kind of cool. Let's see. I think he's going to use... Does that require sight? Nope. Verbal and somatic. Alright. Holmes... It might just be an attack roll. No, con save. Con saved DC 20, Holmes.
Okay.
There is a racking of what feel like claws, although you don't. They dissipate quickly. That you can tell they're not a physical, but a more magical assault as it swings into you. DC 20.
Didn't work. Okay, let me hit it again.
Yeah,
there it is.
yet.
Oh,
you hadn't hit the thing pop up. Okay.
Here we go.
Ooh, all right,
Oh,
all right.
wow.
Well, that's good because it's a lot of damage otherwise. Removes disease. No, we can ignore that. Takes on a failed save, it takes 14 d6 necrotic or half as much on a success. All right. 52 and a half, 26. Do you want me to apply it for you?
I have resistance too, so it'd be ordered. Right?
2 necrotic?
Yeah. Because of
All
my medical.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. So 26, 13 then. I had an add-on that's missing now to be able to put a set number in there. Can you do it? Can you apply 13, or do you need me to?
I should be able to get it.
All right.
So 13. Okay, thanks, dude.
All right. That'll bring us to Sarah's turn.
Oh, that
Okay.
again. Let me double check this real quick. Do I need to see him for this? Yep, I need to see for that. I don't want to do that, because that could hit Artemis. That won't work. What about this one? Do I have to see for this? Yep. No, it does not. Right? Because I can... Yeah. Alright. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're going to Psychic Lance.
Right.
And I'm going to say his name.
Okay.
So it will hit him. I don't have to roll with disadvantage. I don't have to see him if I know his name.
You can utter a creature's name. If the named target is within range, it becomes the spell's target, even if you can't see it. If the
Awesome.
named target is within range, it lights its without effects. Intelligence save on a failed save 76 and is incapacitated.
Well, I'm
And
assuming
is
it would
it-
be without disadvantage. Since
All
I don't
right.
have to see him.
Well, I mean, if it's a save anyway, so you don't have to worry about disadvantage here. He does have advantage on the roll anyways because of his magical resist, I think it's called. Let me see. I'll click it here.
Do I just
21.
still have Shan up, or did she?
She got destroyed by something he did, like an AoE thing he did or something like that. She was torn up pretty quickly. Like, she was only out, I think, for one round and then followed him and then was down. 21, so he succeeds. Successful save. Creature takes half as much damage as is not incapacitated. All right, go ahead and roll the damage. All right, so 13 more. He is being chipped away. He's still got a big chunk of hit points left, and he's about to heal. So keep that in mind too. But
Well, now just hang on a second. I'm going to use a sorcery point.
Okay.
To quicken chill touch, because I know the general area he was in. So
okay,
I'm just going to shoot it in that direction and hope that it hits.
all right. Roll with disadvantage. Oh well, you got the reroll, and I rolled a 3. Yeah, 14 will not hit. It was a 1, and then it rerolled as a 3, so it does not hit, unfortunately.
Oh shit! Do I take 8d8?
Oh yeah, sorry.
For
You started.
damage.
Yes, you started your turn inside of it. Yeah. Well, you got to reroll the wisdom save, so it's 88 on us. Here, I'll click it again so you can click it. Where is the spell? It would be nice if you could like bookmark a spell to like leave on there instead of having to click it each time. But here we go. Don't place the template. Don't consume the slot. There we go. DC 20 wisdom save.
Gotta get a 20. Nope.
Nope. All right, here's your damage. All psychic.
Ooh.
42.
Oh no.
Is Sarah down?
Yeah, that whole turn didn't happen at all. I'm down. I had 42 hit points.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. He took 13 damage. I can put that back.
I'm gonna take my spell slot back.
Yeah, that's
my
good.
sorcery point.
All right. So, quick measure of situation here, guys. Sarah's down. Artemis down. Pogo, if he gets knocked out of ape form, is basically down. Norok is in really rough shape. Nazim is hurt pretty badly. He's bit bloodied.
Yay.
I mean, I got to go back to work on Fridays in person coming up pretty soon, anyways. So,
I mean, yeah, schedule it. Well, I don't know. We'll figure it out, but it's looking rough. If you guys do, well, planning wise, figure it out amongst yourselves how you want to, try to get out of that. But you do have that ace in the hole I was talking about that could be potentially used to
it's
extricate.
in Artemis got the bag, everybody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, it technically, well, so
Don't worry though. It's only in complete darkness.
You
just gotta go-
Incomplete
You just gotta go find a dead body on the ground in the darkness and rummage through her shit. Got it.
That brings us to Norok's turn.
All right, can I check one more thing real quick? Sorry, guys, I was just checking something real quick. Can you give me just 1 second?
Yeah.
Anyone playing the remastered Oblivion? I'm really enjoying it. Although it
started
made me realize I had to buy I'm gonna have to upgrade my gaming PC because I get a warning every time I turn it on. It's like your processor doesn't have enough cores and your graphics card doesn't have enough memory. Press OK to continue, and it fucking crashes like every 6th time or 5th time I fast travel. And then of course it runs like on all the lowest settings, which still look better than the original Oblivion without mods.
Yeah.
So it's still not bad, but yep, I have an upgrade.
What's your video card in it now?
The one we put together for the
No,
Fallout
for real?
4 release. Yeah.
Are you serious, dude?
That thing got me through Fallout 4, got me through VR systems. That thing was a monster.
That was like
9
12
years
years
ago? 10
No,
years
it's gonna be
ago?
more than that. It wasn't that long after I started ACT. I've been there for 14 years.
When did Fallout 4 come out? Because we got it like a month or two before that.
Was that? Yeah, I don't remember if that was like your one. You
That's what we did. I was
Let's
like 2015, so 10 years.
shit.
So I've had that graphics card and computer for 10 fucking years.
Wow.
And it's worked like
I
a
mean, it
champ.
served you well for sure. Yeah. I mean,
first-
to be fair, like the Oblivion remaster is not well optimized. Like it doesn't
It's
run
really
very well.
not. It's
Yeah,
not.
I mean, it's still pretty. Like it looks nice, but it is not well optimized at all. Like
No.
it doesn't even run great on mine. It runs fine.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't crash all the time, but it's still choppy sometimes.
I noticed it on a few other games too. What's the one where you play a redhead lady and you're fighting mechanical dinosaurs?
Oh,
Fuck is that
Socko
game?
loved those.
Yeah,
Horizon. Yeah.
Horizon's really good.
Yeah.
it was really good, and that thing runs like a little bit of trash on that computer. Yeah, so that was like, well, the time she is a coming.
Well, I do still have. I'm gonna have to go for broke here, guys. If Jeremy will let me do it.
What's
That old Vatmian ear cuff.
Mhm.
And it has either Feeble Mind or Demiplane on it. Both say I technically need to see the target, but at least Demiplane is I throw open a portal, knowing that he's right in front of me. Can I just throw it right in front of me and go for broke? Is that possible? Because it technically says on both of those spells I have to see, so I can't see anything technically.
Let me see.
I know he's
Demiplane
right
is
in front of
one.
me, and the Feeble Mind is the other. I know
Yeah,
he's
mine
right in
also.
front of me. Again, so I know it'll probably be a long shot, but otherwise we're probably all dead. So
Let me see. Demiplane. So which your priority? Which is the first one you would want to go with?
well, I was thinking probably Demiplane because Feeble Mind sounds nice, but his intelligence is probably super high. He'd probably pass that. We would probably have a better chance of zapping him into the Demiplane because then at least for a little while he wouldn't be able to get back. So because it says the door shuts when the spell ends and he's trapped there and he has to find his own way back. So
Okay.
I believe I read that correctly.
I'm reading it now. Let me see.
Okay.
You create a shadowy door on a flat, solid surface that you can see within range. The door is large enough to allow medium creatures to pass through unhindered. He's larger than medium.
Yes. Yep. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
He's like probably gargantuan now, huh?
he's huge. He would be called. Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be the step between large and gargantuan, I think, is huge if I remember right. But
Okay.
so, yeah, the door itself is only large enough for it says for a medium creature to, well, shit. All right. Well, let me, because this could create something interesting if it's an option. Let me see. When open, the door leads to a demiplane that appears to be an empty room 30 feet in each dimension, made of wood or stone. When the spell ends, the door disappears, and any creatures or objects inside the demiplane remain trapped there, as the door also disappears from the other side. Each time you cast a spell, you can create a new demiplane, blah, blah, blah. If you know the nature and contents of a demiplane created by a creature. Okay, so that part doesn't matter. So here's the thing. It says you don't have to see the creature at all. All you're needing to see, it describes this as you need to, or that you can cast on any solid flat surface that you can see within range. I would say that you it's that intent is that you could be casting it on, a wall that is 60 feet away from you. If you're casting it on the floor directly in front of you, I would say that I would make the argument potentially that you could still do so without, you're not blinded. Remember, let me clarify. You guys are not blinded. It's just magical darkness that you can still, well, shit. Actually, you are blinded. Sorry, because you're in his field of the dust. But if you got out of that, you wouldn't be blinded.
Okay. Okay.
You don't have the blinded condition. What you guys have is just magical darkness surrounding you. But you can still feel the floor and all that kind of stuff. But
Okay. So we could say I might be able to see far enough to technically be able to see the floor if I moved out of his blind range.
potentially,
Okay.
yeah.
Because he would be like 10 feet in front of me. At that point.
I mean, you know where he is. You can
Yeah.
feel that he's there. He just swung at you and everything too, so you know where he's at. Here's the rub. So that spell is the door is large enough to allow a medium creature to pass through unhindered. He's larger than that. He's let's see, on his size 3x3 it'd be 15x15. I think that might be large or might be huge. Let me see. D&D 5e size chart. Yeah, he is considered huge. So for him to fit through a medium one would be like he's kind of a little bit between large and huge. Let's just say that were there to be a door of a medium size, he might need some convincing to be passed through it, some percussion-y convincing, if that makes sense. Meaning that the door isn't going to suck him through. He's going to have to be kind of forced through it. Does that make sense?
I like to picture him as having like an entire leg like fall into it, and then he's sitting there like trying to pull himself up, and then we
That's
just have
kind
to
of- yeah,
jump
that's-
on him,
Yeah,
Scooby
that's
Doo
kind of what I'm
style.
getting at. Yes, or Mario jumping on a Goomba style.
Yeah,
like
there you
a
go.
little bit trying to kind of cajole him into falling through the hole. I would say that's within some possibility. I say we make a percentile roll. I think click on the
Is
aircraft
that definitely what he wants to do?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to give you an option here. Like, this isn't, before you actually decide this is what you want to do. 3 charges remaining. Okay.
It's not bringing anything up when I click on it.
It's
Like
popped up
attack
for
or
us.
anything.
It's popped up.
Okay,
It's popped up
good.
like 5 times now for us.
All right,
so
guys.
we're good. four times. We're good though. We can see it. Yeah. So I mean, if that's the route you want to go, I would say that you at least have a chance of making it happen. It's not going to be a guarantee, and there's still going to be some, risk involved in that it may or may not succeed.
All right, well, I'll ask the rest of the team, do you think we attempt that, or do you think we attempt Feeble Mind on him? Because if Feeble Mind does work, he's out. But that chance of it working is probably not very high. His intelligence is probably super fucking high. Because it's
He
an
has
intelligence
advantage.
saving. And
From
he has
across the
advantage, and he has a
room-
legendary action to stop spells, too. So,
You
And
know
you
that
hear-
he does have at least one remaining. Yes.
yeah. So I don't know, see if we can use a toilet plunger to shove him down through the hole, if we can. Like Looney Tunes style.
I mean, Sarah is down, so that's really on you.
I guess I'm talking to myself right now.
Yeah. And you hear like
I
a
can't- Yeah.
You've got Sokka down in the bottom.
Yeah, so
You've got
I know where he
Nazir
is.
and an ape. Like there's an ape at the edge of the distance here, but Pogo can't respond in normal speech. So
Okay. I don't think I have a roll. Or is there a way for me to roll that demiplane G? Or do you need to roll it for me? Did it?
so
is there a
it
thing
doesn't.
on
Yeah,
here?
it doesn't have a roll. What it is.
Okay.
There isn't a roll at all. It's an 8th level spell. It just normally it would just happen, and I mean the door will appear. There is no question of whether that part works or not. The question is whether or not it's that you can get the placement correct without being able to see him. So that's what we're gonna do is we're gonna have you roll a percentile dice just to kind of see if luck is in your favor here, basically.
Okay.
I don't think it's even a 50-50 because really, if you can, I mean, you have the general idea of where he is. If you're just throwing the cuff on the ground to cast this, you're probably going to lose the cuff because being able to find it again is not really feasible in the dark. When you're fumbling through, especially with the wind blowing around you too. So I mean, as long as you're
That's
okay
fair.
with that, you might expect that you would lose. That you wouldn't be able to regain the cuff. I'm going to move you south by 10 feet just so that you're out of the blinding, so that you're not being stung in the eyes anymore. It's just dark.
Okay.
And then if you want to do that, basically where he is. It's just going to be a percentile dice to see if you get the door effectively under him.
Okay. Let me get that.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, that's fair, dude. Totally.
All right, then I will drop a square. Go ahead and roll
You
percentile
wanna roll
dice.
it?
What's that? Actually, don't roll it yet. Let's talk about
Okay.
numbers. What's that?
That's the D100, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a D100, but
Okay.
I think
Whatever.
because I don't think it's a 50-50. I think you have better odds than that because you are just trying to get it on the ground underneath him. So we'll call it 70 in your favor. So if you roll 30 or below, it fails. Anything above that, and it's underneath him at least one of them because he's 9 hexes. You know what I mean? He's got 9 squares that are underneath him. So you just kind of have to get to that general area. Hence it being a little bit better odds in your favor. But again, that doesn't mean it's over. It just means that's that door's kind of trying to pull him through a little bit.
All right, guys, ready?
Let's do it. Right, 99 out of 100.
Holy
Well,
shit!
that's a good roll. All right, so in that case, that
Right.
well, none of you see this. Nobody sees a damn thing. But a door, maybe 10 feet in both two-dimensional directions, appears beneath him. There is a confused snake-like guttural sound as he is trying to constrict and fall, lift himself back up out of it as he's falling into it. Still, being a little bit masked by the gibbering noises of the maddening cloud here. You guys haven't done damage to him enough because he does have concentration on that cloud. So you guys, if you are able to break the concentration, then that would fall. But anyways, that has occurred. The door is beneath him. Any further actions, bonus actions, or movement, Holmes? That was your action, technically. That was, kind of an item interaction. We'll call that your action for throwing it. Trying to set it up.
Nothing else unless I can start working on trying to kick his ass into there. Otherwise, I'm just going to stay put. So that way.
Well, you still have your.
You know?
You're frenzied, so you still have your bonus action attack. Yeah.
Okay. So we're thinking probably if I just beat him up a bit, he'll probably stop moving. Should I try to tackle him, or I guess that's up to me, huh?
You know what? I'm going to say that sense-wise, that you feel because this demiplane is not halfway into the desert. It's not surrounded by the fire and the smoke and everything else. So you, while you can't see it, you can sense it by, let's say, temperature or a number of other things like a difference in air pressure, for example. So I'm going to say that you can feel kind of where it is. You know that it's beneath him. You'd still have disadvantage on the attacks because you're blinded if you move back in to attack him, but you do know the area that you're trying to force him into. So I would say that your attacks would be in effort towards pushing him through the hole. So
Fair enough. And then here I go. So disadvantage, right?
yep, disadvantage for the blindness.
Okay.
You have to step back in towards him, so you can't see him. But I'll go
yeah.
ahead and move you back in.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
You have enough movement, so it's really not an issue. All right, go ahead and make your swing.
Alrighty.
It's a good roll. Nazim, you'll be up. Well, actually, Pogo's up next, and then Nazim, you're after. That'll hit.
Oops.
Oh, hang on. That does not hit. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, because it was disadvantage, huh?
Yep.
Alright. Then I am. That's it.
That's your turn. All right. Bringing us to Pogo. Pogo as an ape.
Let's see. I have 40 feet of movement. How close can I get towards what I think was the guy?
So I'm going to say first, yeah, you do have 40 feet of movement, but you are in hazardous
Difficult
terrain.
Mhm.
But, as a giant ape, I would say if you could probably leap significantly. So if you wanted to try to make a jump out of it instead, difficult terrain is going to affect you in the air.
Let's fucking go. Want me to roll for dexterity?
Yeah, make a acrobatics probably.
Acrobatics, got it.
And I assume the ape is proficient in it.
Yeah.
18? Yeah, that'll succeed. All right, so just between, a couple of jumps, you jump once kind of halfway and then another time to make it up to the ledge. I'm going to say you probably crash straight into him, not enough to hurt yourself, but
General area.
enough that you crash into something large and you guess that must be him.
All right, let's fucking bring some fists down on him. I'm going to use multi-attack, and I'm going to attack twice with disadvantage.
Okay.
Disadvantage. That's the first one. That's
will not hit.
And second one. Disadvantage. Damn.
Also, no. Yeah,
All right.
not great rolls there.
Don't worry, guys.
Bonus actions?
No, he doesn't have any bonus action. I literally turned into him. I had to turn into him because I had fucking 9 hit points. So,
Yeah. Well, I mean, between you and Nora,
Let's
you
go!
have a lot of
Oh,
strength involved if you can force him through the hole with grapples and things like
Also-
that potentially. But
Yeah. Also, what happens if I started in this circle? Do I take damage from it also?
yes, sorry, yeah,
Okay. I do a what save?
it is a Wisdom save DC 20, and it's 8d8 psychic damage
Alright.
on fail.
Go ahead and roll that 8d8 right now, because very
Expecting your Wisdom to be
unlikely.
very high. 32.
32, not too bad. All right, minus 32. I got that. Minus 32. Perfect. And that's my turn.
All right, bringing us to Serana. All right.
I'm gonna try to fix my audio too, because I gotta switch out this headset, so I might drop for
Sure.
a segment.
All right, so Serana stands up with a single hit point, is going to clamber her way out into the choking sands as best she can, just outside the radius. She was right on the edge there before, and fumbles her way out of the dark. Not much she can do with one hit point. Let's see. Artemis went down before she did, so she does know that Artemis was down, or at least that she was. How far could she get? 10-foot cube. Associated object. Okay, so she's very familiar, but she doesn't know the destination very well. All right, so she has to roll percentile dice to see if she can target where Artemis was. Well, all right, she rolled a 95. Okay,
You guys hear me?
she is going to teleport. Within 100, so she can make it to Artemis. She knew where Artemis was when she went down, so she is teleporting over there with a single hit point. Oh, shit. She... oh, fuck. Nope. Because she stood up right... She was, awakened right on the edge of the gibbering darkness, but if she teleports in, she's going to instantly take damage from that. And falls unconscious again. So teleports into it and is immediately unconscious again. No, not 10.
Glad we brought her, guys.
Hey,
She healed us a few times.
She saved you
healed
guys
us,
when you
yeah.
first came in, yeah. And did some decent damage to him, too.
All right.
Oh, whoops. Meant to teleport on that side, not over there. All right, bringing us to Nazim.
It's 4 shots, full Eldritch Blast over the shoulder once again.
Before you do, DC 20
Yeah.
Wisdom save. Oh, shit, hang on. He didn't take damage from the portal, and you guys missed on your attack, so... Sako impacts might be potentially enough to break concentration. Let's see. 14. All right, so it is 8d8 Sako. Give me just a second. There it is. 35 psychic damage to Nazim.
Oof. 1 second. Minus 35. Oof. Okay. It's getting a little bit
Dicey.
warm.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
You should try turning into a giant monkey. It's super, super simple. My turns are just over super fast. It's easy.
All right, so the first one, Miss Sako. Yeah, roll 3 more.
4.
Oh, shit, and 1 crit. All right, so roll 2 regular damage and 1 crit damage.
Okay. 1 normal, 2 normal, and 1 critical.
All right.
Does Sako have the force blast behind those that could push him?
Does he what?
The force blast behind those.
For one of them, he can
blast.
push him back. Yeah, he can push him back.
Push him into the portal more.
Well,
Oh shit!
is the portal below the guy?
It is. It's below him.
don't
But I
think
mean,
you can
pushing him.
change the direction that pushes. do you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it would normally be in the opposite. Whatever the opposite direction is. But if he's already partially through it, which because Ben rolled a 99 on it, and he's already kind of partially into it, I would say that dislodging
Give
him a little
a
bit.
nudge in the upper shoulder to push him off balance on the one leg that he's balancing on.
So what I'm going to say this, I'm going to say that when the portal appeared beneath him, he fell into it, not expecting it, of course. Maybe halfway. We'll just, percentile wise, we'll call it that he was 50% through. Norak hitting him didn't make any impact. He missed. He's still trying to clamber his way out of it, but it hasn't been his turn yet. Pogo attempted to hit him, didn't make any connections there. But the push from that, you don't get to push with each bolt, but the one. Would be enough to kind of dislodge him and drop him in a bit further. Maybe he's 70% of the way in through the hole at this point, meaning difficulty for him to be able to attack, but also his kind of focus would either be to scramble out of the hole, or if you guys can manage to push him the rest of the way through. All right, so with damage though, those are going to be 12. It'd actually be 3 separate. Oh geez, a 13 on the crit. That's a shame. All right, let's see. We'll apply that one and roll the... There we go. Concentration check. He succeeds on the first concentration. Second one. Succeeds again. And final. And Artemis, your turn's coming up here shortly. 12, he succeeds. So no luck on the concentration to get the darkness dropped. That said, the Teguras take their turn. I'm going to go ahead and make their shot, but Artemis is about to roll another death save here that is, she already has 2 fails. If she rolls too low, it's Artemis is no longer for this world unless other means bring her back.
But we do have that wish.
Other means has a name.
Oh, right now, I don't know.
He's got a diamond. He's got a fucking spell.
Oh, I meant to
He took that spell for a very specific purpose. He could have had all sorts of other cool spells, but no.
26. All right, they both hit. Well, it's one hit. I was rolling with disadvantage, but all right. So click that again. Chipping away it is... Oh, shit, actually, and this potentially could be enough to break concentration. Let's see, with decent damage here. That's a decent hit. All right, let's see. He has to beat a 16. Oh, shit! Well, he got a natural 1 on his concentration save, so the darkness falls.
Yay!
Which means no more 8d8 on everybody's turn, and everybody's able to see again unless you are in the blinded, which is currently Pogo and Norak are in the field surrounding him. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off, just so you guys know if you can, if you're in the field or not. All right, but the concentration is dropped, so that spell effect is gone. He is in pretty rough shape now. I mean, he's still, kind of partially through the doorway there. But that said, this does bring us to Artemis. Any words of encouragement or anything for Fox? Oh, she's already rolling. Okay, what? Oh, okay. So if ever there was a time for Fox to roll decently, it was this one. Artemis, and not only that, but the field finally went down, so you don't come back up into a choking darkness and instantly die again, or go down again. You awake with a single hit point. You are conscious. You're still on the ground, so you're still prone, but you do have 1 hit point, and you have your full turn.
Okay. Let's see what I have spell-wise.
You do see Serana next to you, who had teleported over to try to I'm going to say that you kind of infer a little bit, though you were unconscious, that she teleported next to you to try to save you and was knocked out by the darkness. Not that you need to take that into priority or anything, just letting you know that that's the surroundings.
Okay. Well, how about this meeting close? How far is everybody away from me?
You can see a giant ape around the corner that you can gather probably smells a little bit like Pogo. He is 15 feet basically from you, right around the pillar.
Okay, is everybody 30 foot from me?
You mean more than or within?
Within.
No. Within 30 feet is Pogo and Norak and Serana. Outside of 30 feet are Sarah and Nazim.
Okay. Because I'm only going to be able to do this once, then I'll be completely out of spell slots.
I mean, if you stand up and move, you're not in difficult terrain where you are. If you were to stand up and move, you'd be able to get probably about there, which would get you to Sarah. But let me see. Hang on. That would put Sarah in 25. Yeah, Nazim would still be outside of range, but you'd be able to get everybody except for Nazim.
Okay, I guess I'll do that. That's going to be the sadly only thing I can do right now.
Okay. And yeah, skirting. Yeah, about there. Yeah, skirting around the outside of it so you don't get blinded by the whirlwind that's surrounding the con. But that gets Serana, Pogo, Norok, and Sarah. Ooh, a mass cure wounds. Okay.
Wait, there we go. Yeah, that gets all of them.
Nice.
35.
All right. So that's a good heal. So unfortunately, no Nazim, but 35 hit points for everyone else, including Serana, bringing her back.
Yep.
Thank you.
And that's my last spell slot. So.
All right. And that brings an ally back into that was unconscious. So it put you guys in a lot better condition than you had been.
Unfortunately, that's literally my last spell slot. I'm completely out.
All right. Well, hopefully you guys, can work this out and get either get him through the hole or get him dead. One of the two. I will remind you, by the way, that even if he's removed as a threat from the field, there's still the situation of the giant undead snake that is crushing this room. So just keep that in mind that you guys don't have a quick means of egress right now, and he's not the only threat potentially. All right, so Fox, that was obviously returning to consciousness and action and movement. Any bonus actions?
No, I don't really have any bonus I could do right now.
All right, that brings us to the con, who really, because he's as deep into the hole as he is, it doesn't have much else. He's still blinded by how did he get blinded? You guys cast something on him or something like that before? I don't remember. You guys did something.
Sure.
Didn't she?
Oh,
cast blindness on him?
no, she did. Yeah, she hit him with sunlight or something like that early on, and it had a special effect on undeads, I think.
Yeah, it was one of those.
All right, so he's still being blinded and being kind of halfway, well, more than halfway down through the hole. He can't really lash out at anybody very well. He's going to try to clamber his way up out of it with we'll make it a strength check. Pogo and Norok on either side. It would have been at advantage because he is a very large creature. I'm going to say he'll have a flat roll instead of advantage because you guys are trying to do your best to keep him from being able to clamber up out of it. So a flat roll, d20 with +6 for his strength modifier. A 10. He does not succeed. Trying to clamber his way up. Well, Norok and Pogo can't see this, but Arteme, Sarah, Nazim, you guys see him trying to kind of pull himself up out of this hole in the floor. Unsuccessfully. He's still kind of awkwardly swaying back and forth, trying to move his way through it. That said, he is going to... Let's see, what's the range on that? Within 60 feet. Let's see. I think that, yeah, there's two of them over there within 60 feet. He's going to... yes, the Chill Touch missed. You tried, but it missed. He's going to consume Essence... and one of the canopic jars nearby is explode, healing him for 45 hit points. All right, and that is it for his turn. That was action and bonus action. It is Sarah's turn.
Okay. Does it matter what kind of damage he takes, just as long as he takes damage to try to shove him back in the hole?
I guess narrow
Unless
down
you
what you mean
summon
there.
like a anvil to fall on his head, Acme style.
I think force or thunder, anything that's pushing him downward would probably have the biggest impact, but damage in general, he doesn't have a ton left. I mean, he did just heal a little bit, yes, but he doesn't have a ton left. If you guys could burn through that, that'd be okay too. Otherwise, yeah, any kind of a force that is downward would be best.
Okay, because the only thing I have for force is a chance of doing force, so I guess...
Oh,
Okay.
like Chaos Orb or something like that? Whatever that was?
Yeah, I was going to do Prismatic Spray on this one.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Well, you got Norok and... Well, that one might be... Blindness may not work anyways for Prismatic Spray, if it's the one I'm thinking of.
Oh shit, it is a 6. There's no way to get that around to everyone. Alright, so it's gonna have to. Okay, we'll do Somatic Orb. Because Psychic wouldn't do it, right? No.
No,
Yeah,
Psychic isn't
okay.
going to push him, yeah.
No, we're gonna do Chaos Bolt. Because
Okay.
that's what I have.
All right.
And we are going to do it at 9th level. Oh god. 9th level? No. What is my next level? 5. We'll do it at 5th level.
Okay. Let's go for force. But you got to use the d8s, right? What are the d8s? Hang on.
No, I have to hit first.
That has to hit first? No, 15 will not hit, unfortunately. Nothing there?
I don't have. Nope, I don't have any of that left, so I can't
All
reroll that. Then I guess. No, because I can't. If I move. Where's Serana? No, that'll hit Serana. Damn it, why does everyone have to be so clustered together? Okay, so I can't use that one either. I will. That's a cantrip. I can't upcast that. Sorry. I'm trying to find anything that will do any kind of damage.
What happens when you drop that spell with the ear cuff? Does he take damage because he's halfway in it? Like does he get launched out or something?
Let's see. When open, the doors of the demiplane. When the spell ends, the door disappears. Any creatures or objects inside the demiplane remain trapped there. As the door.
I bet I do.
So you're thinking. Well, so when the spell ends, the door disappears. Any creatures or objects inside the demiplane remain trapped there. The door also disappears from the other side. Meaning, anything that's halfway through is. Stuck in an elevator door.
Well, yeah, because a lot of those spells like force the creature out,
and it doesn't have any of that. Yeah, there's none of that verbiage at all, which, let's say, could lead to a very violent and painful destruction of a very large creature. I wouldn't allow it, except that he rolled a 95 or 90. No, he rolled a 99 on the D100. So that hits. Or Becky.
Oh, good. Alright, at least can't heal it once he takes it off again. 28.
Alright, 28. Oh, shit. Well, alright, so he's I'm telling you guys, he's not in great shape, so you might be able to solve this either direction. I mean, he's still got a chunk left, but... Oh, hang on, I didn't have any... I don't think I applied that to anybody on accident, but double check your hit points real quick, guys, because if I might have accidentally hit 28 damage to one of you guys.
You did.
No,
earlier. It might be
Something
another thing broken. Sorry, Sako. I was just going to say earlier, I was applying that was supposed to be 35 healing from Artemis spell, and when I hit apply healing, it did damage to me, I'm pretty sure, so I had to manually. I think it did that much damage. And so I might have hit the wrong button, but I'm pretty sure I hit healing, so you might want to double check on that. It might be broken.
Okay. Well, I see you at 75 now. Is that right? Right?
I'm pretty sure I had 40 and box healed us for 35.
Okay, cool.
Because then I looked at my thing and it said I had 5 HP, and I'm like, oh boy, that was backwards. So,
yeah, I don't think you were that low. Yeah, it looks right. Just I'm looking at gauges. I wasn't looking at the numbers. I don't think I accidentally applied the 28 to anybody, but I just checked the log just to make sure, and I didn't.
I'm good. Yeah.
Sorry, Sako, what were you saying?
No, I said I'm fine. I didn't change.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah.
Sarah, bonus actions, further movement.
Nope, that was everything.
All right. That brings
bonus
us to
action, my chill touch.
You hear Serana shout that she has an idea. Seeing what's happened here, that he's kind of falling through this hole, she has an idea. If you guys don't have a solution before then, Norak, it's your turn.
Well, you guys want me to? Yeah, actually, I think I am. I'm assuming you said that out loud to me, Justin, right? Well, actually, no, because
I'm just.
No, you would have been like blah 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 blah. So
yeah, he's in ape form, so he couldn't communicate much. I don't know how well his charades are in ape form. So,
do you think it would be fair that Norak might have figured that out, or do you think Norak thinks it's just going to shoot him out like a Like a big
I
bubble.
make a flat intelligence check with disadvantage because
Okay.
of the kind of
Because
haze
I gotta
around
be
that.
fair. So,
Yeah,
Hey,
and I'm
that's
gonna
a-
call it.
that's a-
We'll call it a
that's a
DC
really
16, I think.
okay.
Just haze of the fight. I would think maybe probably focused more on trying to force him through it, but with that possibility being there, it might be something that crosses Norok's mind. Roll one more. If it's 16 or above on the second one. Not with a 10. Yeah, you have So you have a 0 modifier. So I'm going to say that it doesn't cross your mind at the moment to cancel it. That said, because the earring itself is on the ground, you'd have to find it also while you're blinded to be able to deactivate it. But whether the idea kind of comes to mind or not, it has not, at least at this point. If you leave it, he wouldn't bother trying to react. So I guess it doesn't matter because you know that he's kind of still scrambling his way up and stuck kind of halfway down.
I figured he might do an opportunity attack. I mean, it is up to you. It is only fair.
That's what I'm saying.
I need to step back so I can see him. That's why Nork stepping back.
Sure.
So.
Yeah.
Nork knows that though. So.
Yeah.
It is fair.
Yeah. But he wouldn't. He would have had the opportunity, could, but he is not going to choose to.
Okay. Good boy. Then Nork is going to step back. I'm going to step back and use an empowered blast from Vulcanbreaker.
All right.
So that way I can actually hopefully see, because every time I get close to him, I notice I can't fucking see anything. So Norok's just going to have to use his magic instead.
Sure.
Okay. Oh, wrong one.
Oh, sorry. He's going to make a save. Hang on. That's on a spell, so no advantage. All right, go ahead and roll damage. He fails.
Okay. Bye-bye, sucker.
I know, buddy. We'll go out in just a minute.
Will that lightning push him too?
No, not really. Well, I mean, damage, yes, but not. That's not really a downward force, and it's just energy passing through him.
Yeah.
But 47 damage to him is a good
Careful,
chunk.
guys.
All right.
Oh, and then I have to look at the effects on that. He's stunned until the end of his next turn,
Shit!
like
I didn't
that?
think about that. I forgot about that. Let's see.
If he's stunned, he falls in though, doesn't he? Or he can't really.
Well,
fall
that's
out, at
he's
least.
Well, he's big enough in there that if he's stunned, he's just going to be frozen at the in the pit there, unless you guys.
Okay. But he at
hack
least
his
can't try to
arms.
crawl out for this turn though. hopefully.
Correct. Yeah.
Cool.
Partially stunned. Creatures affected this manner lose their next action, but retain their movement speed and any appropriate bonus actions. Okay, so he still has
Yeah,
bonus
we
action
could
reaction,
cover
just no action. So
Yeah.
he couldn't. Yeah, he can't make his. He can't bonus action try to climb, so that will prevent him from trying to climb out. But he can still heal himself and other things. All right. So what we're gonna do here, Pogo, it's your turn, and then we'll wrap up the session here, and I'll explain what we're gonna do at the end here because it'll be Serrano's turn right for Pogo. So what you doing, Pogo?
Okay. Time for a double fist attack.
Punching down on the snake
sorry.
eye trying to force
This
it
is
out.
it's at disadvantage, huh?
No. Well, sorry. Yes, it would be disadvantage. Yeah.
Because I'm right next to
You're
him.
blinded.
Out of curiosity, I have a range of 10 feet. Is this pushing 10 feet away from the guy?
It's 15 feet. It's a 15-foot radius.
So I'm
Yeah.
in my way. All right, let me roll that one more time.
Sure.
It's disadvantage.
Let's roll the same thing again. No, not with that. Oh, hang on. Well, you still have your halfling trait. So, 11.
So
Shit, it still hits. All right, it hits.
19 total.
Yeah, 19. The 19 was
cool.
the disadvantage. So.
All right, so let me do damage for that first one, and then we'll hit him a second time.
If you guys do manage to shove him into this pit, and and he's still alive, and you have two different ancient lich creatures that you've just put away
That's my
somewhere
problem
to
is-
deal with later.
Is I don't know if him being alive is the greatest option, because then he's gonna be wandering some other plane until he finds his way back here, and then it's gonna
And
be
have a
like
grudge.
it's gonna be like Star Wars Episode fucking 9,
And somehow he came back.
and somehow
He returned. Sorry, somehow he returned. Yeah.
All right, let's roll my second attack.
That one.
One
Oh,
more.
reroll. Well, it's a 10 won't do it anyways. Shit, it did. Never mind. A 19
19?
does. Yeah, 19 hits.
Second attack. So the first one was for 24.
Okay. 19.
And
All right.
19. Not bad.
I mean, he's in
45.
he's in rough shape. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys. Well, so I mean, he's not knocked out, but he's in rough enough shape that you guys could potentially clear him out if you guys can survive long enough. like I said, the room collapsing here is still a larger issue. All right, what we'll do here is we'll go ahead and wrap up the session. I'm going to tell you that he's in a position where you can probably finish things off very quickly at our next session.
Yeah, that mass heal really helped.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that was a clutch move for Arteme, but she also blinded him before, and that made a big difference because he couldn't melee attack you guys so much, and his melee was really bad, and it healed him too. So those were both really strong options that Arteme threw out early on. All right, I'm going to show you guys though. So Serana has an idea, but I don't. It wouldn't be fun for me to just tell you what her idea would be because that's the DM solving the problem for you, and I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do instead is we're going to wrap up the session here. I'm going to drop a screenshot of her spells in the chat, and you guys can look that over at your leisure. And then when we start next week's game, well, let me talk about next week too, but because it's Ben's birthday. Ben's birthday is the 4th of July, so. But anyways, I dropped her spells in there. You guys can look over that. If you have any particular ideas, you can discuss amongst yourselves. I know there's something in there you guys could use to kind of solve all this problem for you, and it would be over. But up to you guys on what you want to come up with for her plans there.
Can we get those descriptions?
You might have to go. I mean, because I can't. If I click every one, it would take forever to screenshot it. If you have specific ones, I'll put them in there for sure. If you want to ask about a specific spell, I can throw them in there. Yeah.
And she has enough spell slots to do at least one of anything in there.
The spell slots up? No. So look at the spell slots. You can see those
Okay.
too.
Okay.
Yeah, she's out. She used teleport. She used mind blank earlier. She used a 9th level one she upcasted one for 9th level because of an artifact she has. Earlier, she upcasted mass heal or something like that when you guys first walked in to heal everybody. Anyway, so that's the list that you have there. She has 1 6th level, 2 5th, that whole list there.
Okay.
So that's it. We'll go ahead and we'll call it here. But Ben, I don't know if you guys have plans next week or not. Are you guys doing anything on your birthday next week? Right. Well, you know what I mean. It is the 4th of July. I know it's your birthday.
I got plans on the 4th of July.